Yeah. Yeah. Huh. It's on the mic, yeah. Zoe in the zone, breaking down plays like I'm coaching from home. Women's game, rise and call it throne for the queens. I'm the conduit, connecting courts with big screens. iamzomedia, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. She cross up defenders, step back, that's clean. Highlight moments, blowing up the whole scene. From buzzer beaters, the teamwork extreme. The beauty of the game, living out the dream. I break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the stats in my soul. Women's basketball shining, that's the ultimate role. From legends of the past to the rookies today, I document the journey, every bounce, every play. Respect on their name, they redefine the trail. Prince with Zoe Media, telling stories regale. Zoe Media, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. I break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the...
What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, we back with episode 3, man. Look, I appreciate everybody for looking out. Look, I'm sorry for keep switching the time on y'all. I'm a busy man. Look, I'm a busy man. When I'm not on YouTube, I'm a busy man. So stuff kept coming up. I kept having to push it back a little bit. But I'm here now, you know. I'm here now. Look, I'm here now. So relax. What's going on, Tulip? Tulip said, Zoe keep pushing back the time like the Prince of Persia. My bad, Tulip. I apologize. But I'm here now. I'm ready to talk basketball, man. I'm ready to get into episode number 3 of the Chicago Sky 2025 draft breakdown picks. Again, it's a 4-part episode. We have our number 22 pick coming up at 3:30, so make sure you lock in for that as well. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. So again, my emotions were high draft night. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing. Really appreciate it. Yes, off my 2 videos yesterday, I got over 115 new subscribers. So I appreciate all the love I've been getting, man. 115 new subscribers off of 2 videos, and they haven't even been up an hour yet. I mean, a day yet. So I appreciate all the love I've been getting. I appreciate all the comments. Hey, remember, I'm the Prince of Breakdown for a reason. Hey, those who've been rocking with me forever. People been hitting me up on Instagram like, I didn't know you exist. I'm glad you got a YouTube channel. I'm learning so much. I appreciate those who've been rocking with me since the beginning, rooting for me since the beginning, like the Brasses, like the Mrs. Gantz. Look, I've been here, y'all. YouTube just didn't have me in the algorithm. I've been here. YouTube just didn't have me in the algorithm. So I appreciate all the love and the support I've been getting, man. I appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all come in. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all haven't already. But again, I'm excited for this one. I was doing film, right? My emotions were high going into the draft, seeing the selections. But the more I do the breakdowns, the more I'm starting to kind of understand it. I'm still not 100% brought in. I need to see it play out, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of seeing the direction that they kind of want to go in. Again, I can see the play style they're going to probably utilize with the draft picks. I'm starting to come on board a little bit more. I just need to see it in front of me on the screen. I need to see the film. I need to really be able to analyze it, psychoanalyze it, actually. But, you know, my emotions were running high draft night, but just looking at the film on these players, I kind of get it. I still would have went in a different direction, But as I look at their film, I'm kind of getting a concession of like what Tyler Marsh is probably going for, especially coming from the Aces. I probably get a sense of what he's trying to go for. And I think by episode 4, those of you who are listening to the breakdowns, you'll probably get a better sense of like what he's actually going for. And I've even been seeing comments from people who were in their feelings upset since they've been seeing kind of my breakdowns. They've been in the comments saying, "Oh, I get it," or "I ain't as mad anymore since your breakdowns." Again, that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here for, you know what I'm saying? Things that people don't really understand from surface level. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on helping those educate, you know what I'm saying? So again, like the videos you come in, but let's get started. Again, today we have Maddy Westbeld, the power forward, the 5-year Notre Dame power forward, number 16 pick for Chicago Sky in the 2025 WNBA Draft. Let's get to this, man. I'm excited. What's going on, everybody in the chat? Uncle J.E., Tulip, Woody Mac, Political Lil, Gant, what's going on, Bree, Hog Balls, my Louisiana brethren, what's going on, Jay, all of y'all, man, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Let's get to this, though. Let's get to this. Maddy Westbeld, power forward, number 21 out of Notre Dame, 5th-year senior, number 16 pick in the 2025 WNBA Draft. In Maddy's 5th senior season, she averaged 7.6 points per game, 2.8 rebounds, almost 1 assist a game, shooting 47.2% from the field, 30.8% from the 3-point line. Wasn't a very efficient year for her. She only played 21 games, coming back from injury, and we'll kind of get into the crux of kind of whys. We can start with the points. I'm actually not mad at her points according to her shot attempts. She took the fewest shot attempts in her career, coming back and only playing 21 games in her senior season. Notre Dame was already off to a hot start, only losing 1 game when she actually came back. They had lost only 1 game by the time she came back. So Notre Dame was already off to a hot start when she came back. So it's real hard to integrate yourself, especially if you're used to being a focal point when you come back and the team's already rolling. Unless the coach actually implements you really strategically into the game plan and the players understand the pecking order has now changed with that player coming back. If they haven't adjusted to it, it's very, very hard to come back from injury when your team is rolling on all cylinders. They're looking like a Final Four contender. They're beating some of the top teams without you. It's very, very hard for you to come back in and really try to find a footing. Again, 5th-year senior, pecking order kind of changed, her being out. They tried to implement her, but I don't think just watching film. And let me say this. I went back and watched Maddy Westbeld. I went and watched some tournament games yesterday night and this morning. I'm gonna say this. Some people not gonna like this, man. Some people is not gonna like this. Some people will. Some people won't. Some people will. A lot of y'all not gonna like this. Maddy is the best off-ball shooter in this draft. Some of y'all not gonna like that. Some of y'all won't understand. Again, I watch film. I watch film for a living. I literally probably did a draft breakdown on probably all of the shooters during the regular season. She's probably, if she's not the best, I would say Maddy is probably a top 3, one of the top 3 off-ball shooters in this draft. The way she can move off the ball, the way she can find spots at the elbow, and we'll get into it a little later, the way she can pick and pop. Like, she's the best pick and pop player in this draft. She's probably top 3 off ball. Not percentage wise, she isn't, but just when you watch the film, she's very, very Maddy has a very esteemed IQ. She knows where her spots are. She likes to set all her screens on the left side because she wants to flash across right. She's very good at the right elbow. She's very good at popping back to the top of the break off of screens. She doesn't flash down the middle a lot. She's very like a pick and pop player. She's not going to wow you getting downhill. That's really not her game. She's more pick and pop. She's more like screen. She's a very good off ball mover. And just watching film, I'll say this. Y'all heard it here first. Notre Dame failed Maddy this year. Notre Dame really failed Maddy this year. Just watching the TCU game, if they would have incorporated her a little better, they would have probably had a better chance. Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo really failed Maddy this year. And I think it has more to do with Olivia Miles' comfortability in pick and roll and comfortability kind of like running the offense and what that looked like. It limited Maddy's game because I went back and watched the TCU game. She was moving off the ball. I would have to rewind the play. Like, am I tripping? She moves very well off the ball. They just for some reason never found her. Like, it was too much ISO dribbling. It was too much your turn, my turn. Maddy needs to be in a system where the ball is constantly moving because she has a very high IQ. She needs to be in a system. She thrives when the ball is moving. She doesn't thrive when it's kind of like just ISO ball, give it to me last minute. That's not really her game because she doesn't really put the ball on the floor a lot. She's more catch and shoot. She's more 1-2 dribble. She's more back to the basket, fade away. She doesn't like back to the basket, step through underneath. She's more back to the basket, fade away. And we'll kind of get into that a little later. Notre Dame failed Maddy this year. And if you just watch Maddy this year and you don't understand ball movement, you don't really understand the type of player she is, you'll look at the film. And I did that. Look, I'll tell y'all when I'm like not locked in. I wasn't really locked in on Maddy this season. And I did breakdowns on Citron, Hannah Hidalgo, and Olivia Miles. And I didn't even notice that they would be missing her on screens. I didn't notice they would be missing her on flares. I didn't notice Olivia Miles will be missing her on step back top of the breaks. I didn't notice that they really didn't really incorporate Maddy back into the offense. She was really just out there. She was like the fifth option. Like, I watched the TCU game back. They literally she was just out there. Like, she isn't a player that's going to dribble, so you can't really run the set through her. She isn't a great passer. She doesn't even really have the ability to really see the floor like that, but she has a very high IQ when it comes to her play style. A lot of people think high IQ is you're just a savant at everything basketball. No, high IQ is when your skill set, you utilize it mentally on the basketball court. You really understand how to be great at what you do. That's high IQ players. Like Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd knew he wasn't a great shooter, but he had high IQ at what he did. A lot of people hear high IQ and think you got to shoot well from three. You got to be a great defensive player. You got to be a great rebounder, a great facilitator. That's not what high IQ means, because every player's skill set is different. What is your level of IQ with your particular skill set? Off ball, she has a very high IQ. She really understands the basketball court, how to spread out the defense. She really understands how to move in transition. She doesn't get downhill in transition. She knows that, okay, I'm a big on the court. She knows that most guards tend to lean towards her just going straight downhill in transition, she'll literally stop, dead stop, catch and shoot. She'll literally stop, do a V cut back to the short corner. Like, her IQ off ball is amazing, like amazing. I'm interested to see how Tyler Marsh incorporates her into the offense. And there's a player on Chicago Sky who she's literally the younger version of. So I don't expect this player to make the roster because Maddy Westbeld is literally the younger version of them. And we'll get into her a little later. We'll get into some comps a little later. I'm very interested to see what she can become. She has potential to be an okay rotational player. I don't think she'll ever start because she doesn't do enough at the next level. She can start in college, but at the next level, I don't think she does enough offensively to start. But she can be a great rotational piece that can come in, change the pace, that can come in when your team is struggling to score. She can come in, move off ball. You don't have to run sets for her, which is great. When you can just look, and later on we'll get into what I label her, but she's really a glue guy. Like, she's a person that you can just put on your team and use her, like, break glass in case of emergency type of player. It's like your offense is kind of stagnant. It's like your ball movement is off. It's like you got too much ISO going on. Like, you can put her in the game and just find her. Like, she's a great. The only thing about Maddy is she moves off ball very well. But when I was watching film, she doesn't shoot quick enough for me. And at the next level, she's going to have to learn how to shoot a little quicker because the forwards that's going to be guarding her at the next level, like the Asia Wilsons and all of them, the Stewies, they'll make her put the ball on the floor if her release doesn't get a little quicker. So that's one concerning thing about her. Her release isn't that quick. She needs to work on a quicker release, body structure, squaring to the basket a little better. She takes awkward shots sometimes, which affects her percentage. Because a lot of her shots are like off the side of the rim. Her body positioning, the way she sets up, she got to learn how to like come off the screen, flatten out, hips to the basket, feet straight, shoulders high, just catch, shoot. You don't got to bring it down. She brings the ball down a little too much. And like the Stewies, the Asias, the Fees, they gon' jump you and make you put the ball on the floor. So that's a concerning part, that her release isn't quick enough. Again, that's just systematically. She can get with Tyler Marsh, the training staff. They can figure out how to help her get a quicker release. So it's not too concerning. It's not too concerning. I need to see it over time. It probably in year one, it won't take effect, but maybe going into year two, her release will get a little quicker, because quick releases is all about comfortability and where you catch the ball and how you release. She releases too low for me. To say she's so tall, she has a flat shot. That's why her release is so slow. Like, she doesn't have a flick. Like she shoots like this instead of like this. Like, so that's why her release is so slow. So hopefully going into training camp, they can kind of work on that, especially if she's going to be moving off ball and she's going to be getting jumped on the perimeter. She got to be able to either put the ball on the floor or have a quicker release. So Tyler Marsh, if you're listening, work with her on her release. But again, her rebounding doesn't actually concern me, because even though she averaged 2.8 rebounds, right? That was in like 21 games. Caval is there, big center. Prosper rebounds very well. King rebounds as well. And she roamed the perimeter a lot. She didn't crash the glass a lot. But I'm not too concerned about her rebounding, because she averaged 8.7 rebounds year before last, before her injury, 6.6, 6.3. In her freshman season, she averaged 7.9 rebounds. So she's basically like a 7-8 rebound per game type of player. So I'm not too concerned about her rebounding. Again, systematically, defenses can take you away from the rim. It depends on who you're guarding, what kind of defensive sets the coach is running, probably takes you away from crashing the board, things like that. Other players on the team are they're called primary crashers. I think Caval and King were their primary crashers, and they wanted to use Maddy more in transition. So I think it pulled her away from the basket and into transition, leaking out, things of that nature. So I'm not too concerned about her rebounding. Don't let her rebounding this year fool you at that 2.8. She's not a very good rebounder, but she is a capable rebounder. She can average 7 to 8 rebounds a game in college. In the WNBA, depending on the coach's system, she could average 5 to 6 rebounds a game on Chicago Sky. Depending on how Tyler Marsh's system looks, she can average like 4 to 5 rebounds a game consistently. And you think about minutes as well. If you think about minutes, her coming off the bench, playing the stretch 4, limited minutes, probably, especially year 1, maybe 10, 12 minutes a game, she can average 3 to 4 rebounds. 10, 12 minutes, she can average 3 to 4 rebounds. Some games, depending on the team, depending on if she's on a high streak, she can average 6 rebounds a game in some games if she gets comparable minutes. Field goal percentage, I'm not too concerned about her field goal percentage either. I mean, it was a bad year for her. She's really around her mark, 47% from the field. And again, just because she's 6'3", don't say, well, she's 6'3", that means she's missing a lot of layups. She doesn't shoot layups, so you got to add that into account. Even this year, she shot 30% from 3. She's really like a 33% shooter. She's really like an average to right above average 3-point shooter. So her game is not really a lot of post up layup. She doesn't flash a lot. She isn't getting easy back doors. So her shooting percentage at 47%. She's really a big guard. So 47% is okay for a big guard. If you think about it, so don't think 47% is bad. That's an okay shooting percentage. So I'm not too concerned about her making shots. Westbeld, again, spent her entire season her entire career with Notre Dame, averaging 12 points, almost 7 rebounds, a steal and a half, basically, and 1 block a game while shooting 46% from the floor and 34, like I said earlier, basically 35% from 3 in 141 career games. And she started 138. The 2 games she didn't start, the 3 games she didn't start was coming back from injury. So that's why she didn't start. It was this year. Other than that, she's always started. First Team All-ACC in 2021. That was her freshman season, actually. And second team in 2023 and 2024. Again, they won the ACC title in 2024 without Olivia Miles. Again, that was a great team that year, averaging 15.6 rebounds, shot almost 47% from the 3 that year. So that was a great shooting year for her, which is weird. So, and I'm looking, right? So everybody tells me how great Olivia Miles is at passing, but Sonia Citron and Maddy Westbeld shot better from 3 without Olivia Miles. And I thought I was tripping, so I went back and looked at their previous years. I was like, well, maybe over time their 3-point percentage fell. No, the year they played without Olivia Miles, Sonia Citron and Maddy Westbeld shot their best percentage from the floor and from the 3. So that's very weird. That lets me know Olivia Miles doesn't get you easy shots. That's very weird. Like, you would think with your generational facilitator coming back, you would get easier shots, but your field goal percentage dropped and you got harder shots. So that's very, very weird. One day I'm gonna break that down. I need to figure out what happened with that. One day I'm gonna go back and kind of watch some of their games from when Olivia Miles was out to this year and kind of see the difference in what they got their shots at, because that's very weird. Your generational possible number 2 pick point guard comes back and your best 2 shooters shoot a worse percentage. That's very weird. Just surface level, I think she struggled getting them the ball in their spots. Just surface level. Just thinking as a point guard, I think she struggled getting them the ball in their spots. But I can't confirm that. I can't confirm that. We'll see though. We'll see though. I can't confirm that. But we'll see. Maddy Westbeld, as we know, her measurement comps is 6'3". Her current teammate on the Chicago Sky, angelreese, is 6'3". Aaliyah Edwards is 6'3" from the Washington Mystics, along with Los Angeles Sparks. Power forward Derrica Hamby is 6'3" as well. Her strengths is shooting, transition shooting. Like I said, she's great in getting out in transition. She doesn't stay behind the defense. She's great at leaking out, great at finding space, creating space, not just getting downhill because of her height. She's great at spotting up in transition. She's great at coming to high screens. She's great at just recognizing floor spacing. So that's key. For shooters, floor spacing is key. Look, I always tell people, like, your best shooters, it really isn't them shooting. It's them spreading out, understanding the floor and spreading out the defense. I always say this about Rachel Banham, that's on the Chicago Sky. Rachel Banham is listed as a shooter, but she's not a great basketball player. And let me break it down. Rachel struggles with understanding how to stay in front of the ball. Rachel struggles with understanding how point guards want to pass her the ball. Rachel struggles with understanding floor spacing. She struggles with understanding how to manipulate the defense. Like, she is a shooter, but she's not a good basketball player. Like, her IQ is very, very low. As a shooter, she doesn't have a very high IQ. Pick and pop. Again, I think she's the best. Maybe she's top 3. She's top 3 in this draft, just pick and pop. I like Paige too in the pick and pop. Paige plays well off the ball. I like Paige in the pick and pop too, especially when she gets to that elbow. Paige is great in pick and pop on that elbow as well. I need to see the other players. I haven't really done a strong breakdown on a lot of the players that went first round. Because the ones that were supposed to go first round, they all fell for some reason. Like 3 of them fell. So, but I just off surface level analysis, I would say she's a top 3 pick and pop player in this draft. She's a top 5 catch and shoot player in this draft. Like, just top 5 catch and shoot. Don't look at I have conversations with people all the time about, like, catch and shoot. Don't look at percentages of a person's 3-point shooting and think they're great at catching and shooting. You have to watch the film, see how they get their threes. I seen somebody in the chat earlier talk about, like, Aaliyah Nye, like the Sarah Ashley Barkers. They're more dribble drive 3-point shooters. They're more step back. They don't move a lot off the ball. They're a real ball. One day I'm gonna just pull up, like, all of the shooters in the draft usage rate. Maddy probably has one of the lowest usage rates as far as, like, just your average 3-point shooters that came out of this draft. That's why I said, like, I think she's the best off-ball player in this draft. Like, just movement itself, the best, like, off-ball. Her and Paige are probably like 1 and 2, honestly. Sarah Ashley Barker, I watched her film. She doesn't really move well off ball at all. Like, she doesn't move well within sets. I watched her against I forgot who it was. Like, she runs into her players. Like, I'm interested to see, like, what her level of ball movement is going to the Sparks. I'm interested to see what that looks like. I'm pretty sure she'll never start. She'll probably come off the bench. So, but I'll be watching to see what that kind of looks like, because in my opinion, she's a player that I think she can get buckets, but I think what people think she can be isn't what she's actually going to be. just from watching film on her, like watching her games. With a lot of people, even analysts on ESPN, the day of the draft, the way they were breaking her game down, I was like, who told y'all that? That's not actually true. Like, her film doesn't even say that. Like, do y'all just, this is what I be wondering sometimes when like mainstream media break players down. Do they not actually go watch film and just make an actual analysis? Do somebody just give them a list of, this is attributes of a shooter, this is attributes of a point guard, this is attributes of a big, and they just pick attributes and just say them? Because sometimes they don't even line up to the player. I'm like, I literally watched them all year and they didn't do 2 of those 3 things you mentioned just now. Like, literally, they didn't even do 2 or 3 of them things you just mentioned. So I'd be wondering that if I get there one day, I'm gonna see. If I'm blessed enough to get to that position and somebody hands me a sheet and be like, hey, these are the attributes, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I watched film already. I don't need that sheet. Because I'll be wondering that, like, do they just hand them a sheet and they just pick bulletins off of what a shooter is and say, well, this person could do that? Because I'm like, but they was even talking about Maddy. Like, they were saying she could put the ball on the floor. Like, go back and watch it. Maddy doesn't even dribble, like, at all. Maddy literally doesn't dribble, like, at all. In transition, she doesn't crash the boards and run the ball in transition. She literally gives it up to the point guard right away. Like, I watched the entire TCU game. She never dribbled. I went back and watched some of the regular season games. She never dribbles. So I don't understand where that came from. Like, but here nor there. And I think on YouTube, that's why I get into arguments with people a lot, because they take what ESPN say, run with it. And then I come in and say, that's not true. That person literally doesn't do that. And then they say, well, you think you know everything because you play basketball. No, I watched the film and they literally don't do that. That's why when you have a conversation with me, if you can't prove it, it's just an opinion. It's not a take. It's just an opinion. It's not a take. We have a lot of opportunity to spread the floor with the players we have if Tyler Marsh utilizes them correctly. So I'm very interested. But I'll say this. I don't understand the Maddy and Sifka move unless he has a plan where one of them starts. Like, you ever heard that phrase, you could never have too many shooters? Sometimes you actually can have too many shooters. So don't take that on face value. Sometimes you actually can have too many shooters that can't do multiple things. If Sifka can get better at perimeter defense, they can play together. But if Sifka can't get better at perimeter defense, and Maddy isn't consistent at crashing the boards, I don't see how those two can play together. I'm interested to see how they spell their minutes. Again, I know statistically, I know league-wide, I know history says most picks in the second round don't make it. Most picks in the third round don't make their original team. They end up getting cut in training camp. But the way this team is set up, I don't think they'll cut Maddy because of the way this team is set up. And I'll explain it in a little bit. Because I think Maddy could be exactly, if Maddy can figure, if not even Maddy, if Tyler Marsh can figure it out, Maddy is actually a great compliment alongside angelreese. Maddy's a great compliment alongside angelreese because they're both willing rebounders. Angelreese is a better rebounder, but they're both willing rebounders. So she would be a great compliment next to her. It depends on how Tyler Marsh sets up and utilizes the floor spacing. I would, with Maddy, I would literally have Maddy and angelreese in the same action. What I mean is I would have both of them start in the dunker spot together. Maddy lined up behind or far side of Angel Reese. Angel Reese sets a screen for her to release, and Angel Reese just slides right across to her strong hand. So I want to see if he uses that play. So the play basically is you got your point guard up top, right? You bring your wing. Let's say it's Michaela. You bring your wing. Angel Reese and Maddy starts on the left side of the court in the dunker spot. Angel Reese sets a sharp corner screen for Maddy to come across. Maddy comes across to the side that the penetration is on off the screen. So Vandersloot is going to come penetrate right off the screen. Let's say Camilla sets the screen right. She penetrates right off the screen. Maddy dives across to the high corner. Now she got to kick and penetrate shooter in the corner. That's Maddy, who has height that can shoot over anybody that's coming out there to contest. And you just bring Angel Reese across to the right side as well. So once the screen is set, Angel Reese releases two, and she slides across. She bodies up whoever's on the right side. And now that person got to decide if they're going to go out to Maddy or they're going to guard Angel Reese in the post. You really make them make a decision. And Vandersloot, being a high IQ point guard, she'll be able to manipulate the defense to say, okay, who you going to? I can look one way and pass it another way. And you just let Camilla set the screen and she just pop right at the elbow and stays there. She don't move. She stays there because you don't want that big to drag. You make that big make a decision as well. So if that big doesn't drag, Vandersloot has actually like a 12-footer off of that screen. Now you got Maddy in the corner. Reese just slid across. You keep somebody on the left wing, like it could be Michaela or Rebecca Kia Nurse. You just keep them on the left wing to keep the floor balanced. I'm interested if they'll run a play like that. Hey, if y'all see Tyler Marsh run a play like that, he watch my video. I'ma see. And if he runs that play, look, I'ma go crazy. If he runs that play, I'ma go crazy. So if y'all ever watching the game and Maddy and Angel Reese in the game and they're both lined up in the dunker spot on the left side, he watched my video. I'm gonna go crazy. He runs that play. That play could actually work because they're both tall. Like you don't really have a lot of like Camilla, Maddy, Angel in the game. Like that's a tall front court that can shoot and move off the ball. So I'm interested in that. That's a play that I'm interested in. We'll see. But she's great in pick and pop. She's a great catch and shoot player. Actually on catch and shoot shots. See, like there's different levels of shooting. So on catch and shoot, Maddy actually shoots 47% from the field. That's why I said Notre Dame failed Maddy in her skill set. She shoots 47% on catch and shoot shots. They failed her. Like you got somebody that's 6'3" that shoots 47% on catch and shoot, and you don't run plays where they're just catching and shooting. That's why I blame Olivia Miles at. She got to get better at drive kick penetration. She got to get better at setting people up to get better shots. So maybe going to TCU, because the ironic thing is, like play style wise, Hannah Hidalgo, play style wise, Olivia Miles and Haley Van Lith is different players, like just play style wise. But when it comes to facilitating the basketball, they both have some of the same issues. They get one track mind a little too much. They get into like that scoring mode a little too much. Haley Van Lith gets in trouble trying to get downhill, and Olivia Miles, she gets in trouble too much trying to prove people that she can shoot a three rather than being a point guard. They both struggle with actually setting their team up to get good shots. Like Olivia Miles can penetrate. She can do the jump in the air, fancy pass, but you're not actually getting your teammate a good shot. That's not what when a coach break down film, that's not a good shot for your teammate. You just made a good play. I'm talking good shots like, okay, the defense is sagging off the corners. I'm a drive kick. Okay, the center is chasing. Guess what I'm going to do to get my big an easy shot? Once they chase, I'm putting the ball right in front of them where they can just catch and lay up. Like, oh, they're dragging. I'm going to set my center up. If they can shoot at the elbow, I'm going to set them up for an elbow jump shot. They want to drag. All I'm going to do is step through, kick it back right to them or kick it back left, depending on which way the screen was set. So that's how point guards get their players easy shots. When you're just penetrating, passing the ball through your legs, like, because that's not easy shots are consistent. That's not a consistent offense. Like, that's just you being a good player and making a great play, a highlight play. But like, that's not a consistent offense. Like, you can't run that with everybody. Like, consistent offense, getting your players easy shots is premier for point guards, especially those that want to last. Getting them open shots, easy shots, where you passing it in their shooting pocket, you putting the ball in front of them if it's a big that can't really dribble in traffic, things like that, where they can just take one power dribble or not dribble at all. I used to say this a lot last year. The point guards on Chicago Sky last year got Camilla and Angel Reese in trouble a lot. Angel Reese and Camilla aren't great dribblers. They aren't. You don't want them doing too much dribbling. They're great entry passers. They're great on the perimeter, just moving off ball. But you don't want them like dribbling in traffic like that. Lindsey Allen, Dana Evans, even Kennedy Carter at times, they would put them in positions where they would have to dribble. You're putting them in positions where they're not getting easier shots, especially Camilla. If Camilla is setting the screen, unless she's picking and popping, I'm putting the ball in front of her, letting her use her height where she doesn't even have to take a power dribble. I used to see people in comments all the time say, why Angel Reese got to take that dribble before she lays it up. It's because Lindsey Allen isn't putting the ball in front of her. She's putting the ball in her chest. So now on a layup, you put the ball in my chest. If I'm not comfortable just laying it up, I got to take that power dribble to gather. It's called the gather dribble. Good point guards put it right there where the bounce of the ball is actually the dribble that you need. So the ball bounces up. It's like a rhythm. You put it in front of them where the ball actually is not a chest pass. You bounce pass it in front of them where that bounce is literally a dribble to them, where they catch it while the ball is in motion and lay it up. The layup is easier like that. So FYI, all you point guards out there, like, that's how you pass entry balls. You want to get the ball in a motion, let the rotation of the ball help them on the layup. So all you point guards out there, rotation on the ball on passes helps with layups. It keeps the momentum going. Her IQ, again, is very high off ball. Again, I think she's one of the top 5 catch and shoot players in this draft. I think she's one of the top 5 off ball players in this draft. Like, just being able, we're not talking stats wise, just the way that she can actually find spacing off the ball without a play being called for her. She's top 5. Just when watching film on a lot of the shooters, she's top 5. Again, I think rebounding is a strength for her because most stretch fours actually don't rebound because they're leaking out a lot. They're in transition. A lot of them are finesse players. Most stretch fours don't rebound very well. That's one thing with Sifka I want to see. I want to see if Sifka can become a good rebounder because I don't believe it. I need to see her rebound to believe it. So that's probably going to be one of her weaknesses going into her year 1 is her rebounding because she likes to leak out a lot. She thinks she's a big point guard sometimes. She gets into that kind of mode sometimes. So I want to see if she can crash the glass a little better at her height, her quickness. And she struggles with physicality. So I think she struggles with physicality. So I think she actually avoids rebounding because she don't want to actually bang bodies. So I'm interested to see like what her competitiveness looks like as far as crashing the boards. With Angel Reese and Camilla, you probably won't have to do it that much. But if one of them is out of the game, she needs to be able to crash the boards a little better. Again, if you can't rebound, you can't win. So she can put up all the points she wants. She can shoot all the threes she wants. But if you're not rebounding, you're giving up offensive rebounds, you're not going to win. I think in the beginning, Sifka is going to be a stat stuffer. She's going to be a stat sheet stuffer. She's going to wow you with the passes. She's going to average double-digit points. She'll probably average 1 block a game, 4 rebounds. but how impactful they are, that's what I'm interested to see. How impactful her stuffing is, because she's very, very talented at 6'3", 6'4", whatever they want to label her as. So I'm interested to see if her rebounding can get a little better, because I don't think she's a great rebounder. Maddy is a good rebounder. Again, you can play her with Camilla and you can play her with Angel Reese, because she is a great rebounder. And as you see listed here, this was shocking. I'm going to say this. This was shocking. Look, I know throughout Notre Dame's tenure with Maddy, we've always said Maddy is probably not your best defender, and she's not your best defender. But I watched film against her guarding some of the better centers like the Princes and all that. Maddy is actually a good she's not a bad post defender, and she's not a great post defender, but she's a serviceable post defender. She's great at blocking your shot at its highest point, because she does have long arms and she does have height. She is a little quick off her feet, even though she don't jump that high. Her vertical isn't high, but she uses her length very, very well. She has great instincts in the post. On the perimeter, she doesn't, but in the post, she has great instincts. I was watching film, and she's actually better in the post than I thought she would be. So that's very interesting. I was actually surprised. Hey, Maddy could be an interesting player. She can be a very interesting player. And that's why at first I was more interested to see how Tyler Marsh will use HVL. Now I'm more interested to see how Tyler Marsh is going to use Maddy Westbeld. I'm more interested to see how he uses her, because she could be very, very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. So I'm interested to see how he uses her. But some of her weaknesses is consistency. And again, consistency can be play style. It can be the team going away from you. Her consistency right at this moment is a weakness. It isn't that she disappears, it's just that she's kind of not a focal part of the offense. So I want to see when she's on the court, Tyler Marsh really has her as a focal point. That's something that I feel he should do. Like, so Tyler Marsh, if you're listening, if Maddy Westbeld is on the floor, have sets call for her. Don't just have her out there, because all the other stuff she doesn't do. She doesn't facilitate. She's not going to guard on the perimeter. She'll compete in the post. She'll rebound, but have it like on your drawing board, Tyler Marsh, have Maddy in the game for sets. Basically, when we need shooting, when we need floor spacing, when the tempo is slow, bring Maddy in. She can help change the tempo with her spot up shooting and off-ball movement. Like, she can give the defense a different look than Angel and Camilla can. So bring her in the game in like situational things until she kind of grows. Don't just throw her out there. I know people always say throw her out there, let her get experience, let her get reps. I wouldn't do that with Maddy. I would do that with Sifka, but I wouldn't do that with Maddy, because her skill set is a specific skill set. So basically, if he just throws her out there when her skill set isn't needed, that's why I don't see her starting at the next level. If he throws her out there when her skill set isn't needed, the fans will be cheering for her to get off the court, because she won't be effective. She should be out there when you need ball movement, when you need floor spacing, when you need three-point shooting. That's when you put her out there. Yes, she can rebound, but that's not something that's going to affect the game. She doesn't rebound in a way that affects the game, if that makes sense. She'll grab you some boards, but she won't do the long outlet passes. She won't box out the best rebounder on the other team. Like, that's not really her game. So Tyler Marsh, use her situationally, especially in her first year. Let her get some reps under her situationally, because if you throw her out there, just throw her out there with all kind of sets, I think you'll fail her. You'll fail her development. Perimeter defense, she doesn't move very well. She's a slow runner. She isn't quick. Her perimeter defense definitely needs to improve, especially if they're going to be putting her in pick and roll. They're going to be putting her in sets. She's going to be having to guard off drags, guard off flares, things like that. If she's on the court out of an ATO, I could see her getting burned out of an ATO coming on the court. I could see her getting burned because she isn't very quick. ATOs, most people do the stack offense where you stack, one go high, one go left, one go right, one go back. I could see her getting burned off of a back screen or something like that. So perimeter defense definitely needs some work there. And I'm about to tell y'all something. And listen very closely. Maddy needs to stay out of foul trouble. What if I told you Maddy has had, look, in college, I know in WNBA, it'll probably help her a little bit more that it's 6 fouls to foul out, but in college, it's 5 fouls to foul out. Don't you know in Maddy's career, don't you know she has 4 fouls in 32% of her games? Maddy has 4 fouls in 32. And she's in 281 games, and 32 of those, she has 4 fouls. In 29 games, 29% of Maddy's games this year, Maddy played 21 games this year total. In 6 games, she had 4 fouls. Against TCU, she had 4 fouls. Maddy fouls a lot. She reaches in a lot, and all her fouls happen on the perimeter. They don't happen in the post. She's not a good perimeter defender. She reaches in a lot. She come across your body a lot. She swipes at the ball a lot. She gets in foul trouble easily. To say she has such an IQ off ball movement, her defense IQ is definitely not there. That's definitely something that needs to improve. She fouls a lot. That's wild. That was startling. Like you played 21 games, and in 6 of those games, you had 4 fouls. Like and then I went back and looked. Every March Madness she's played in, at least one game in March Madness, she's had 4 fouls. Last year, not this year's March Madness, but last year's March Madness, she had 4 fouls in every March Madness game. She had 4 fouls in every game. So she needs to play better on defense, understand how to stay out of foul trouble, especially if you want to stay on the court. In the WNBA, your Aja Wilsons, your Fees, your Stewies, your Jacquel Joneses, your Chelsea Grays, trying to think of all the post players, your Derricka Ham, especially your Derricka Hambies, your Natasha Howards, your BGs, your Breanna Jones, even your Leah Edwards, they'll take advantage of that. Even your Leah Bostons, they'll take advantage of you just being foul prone. So at the next level, she definitely got to be better because she'll be playing against better players that are smarter, especially your Enrique's, even your Ariel Atkins, your Enrique's, your Rikia Jacksons. They'll get her in foul trouble on the perimeter. They'll really get her in foul trouble if she doesn't shore that up and get a little smarter guarding on the perimeter. That'll definitely hurt her a little bit. Some of her WNBA comparisons: Maddie Siegrist of the Dallas Wings, her ability to pick and pop, off-ball movement, post-up fadeaway. Again, Maddie operates out the post, but she's not going up and over. She's going away. She likes to do the little one-step fadeaway. So basically, you catch the ball, one-step fadeaway. It's not like the 2-step dribble. It's the one-step fadeaway. A lot of players like Dirk. Dirk did that very well. But like your Anthony Davis's, they got to take that dribble to gather themselves. They don't just fade away. They got to take that dribble. They got to take the 2 steps. She does the 1-step fade away, which is deadly if she can kind of hit that shot. So I'm interested to see how better she gets at that. Morgan Birch, like I told y'all, there's a player on the Chicago Sky who is literally an older Maddy Westbeld. So I don't see Morgan Birch making the roster because she's literally an older Maddy Westbeld. Both great catch and shoot players, both great in transition scoring, being able to not just get downhill. They both really don't get down here. They're more floor spacers. They're more pick and pops. Both of them have very high IQ off ball. So I don't see Morgan Birch actually making the roster. Now that they have Maddy Westbeld, because they're literally the same player. Like their games are literally the same. Like they don't even complement each other. Like you can't even have both of them on the court at the same time. Like their games is literally the same. Like I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear her press conference, and I hope a reporter asks her who she modeled her game after. And I will be interested if she says Morgan Birch or Maddie Siegrist, because all three of them are literally the same player. Maddie Siegrist is probably a better prolific scorer, but their play styles are all the same. So I'm interested. And I always like to throw in my my NBA comparisons, because a lot of people are just getting into the WNBA. So I want to throw in my NBA comparisons. NBA comparison is Trey Lyles, very great high school player. Again, was a McDonald's All-American. He went to Kentucky. He was at Kentucky with the stack team, with Cat and all of them, with D Book and all of them. So Trey Lyles, I could see her. Same thing with Maddie, coming out of high school, very touted, college, very touted, finding a role on teams, staying around the league. I could see Maddie in the same kind of boat. They're both great off-ball scorers. They're both great catch-and-shoot scorers. Both of them like to score off the flare screens. They set the screen and flare, basically. That means set screen and pop back out, basically. They don't flash to the rim. They're not screen flashers. They're more pick and pop, more flare, more V-cuts, more side steps. They'll set the screen, side step, right, and just catch and shoot. So Trey Lyles is a comparison, but I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Look, I like when y'all comment. I do go back and read comments after the show. So once I end the stream, I do go back and read comments. So I'll go back and read y'all comments. I know y'all was cutting up today, man. I seen a lot of comments come through. So I'll check out y'all comments after the live stream ends. Again, I'll be back later. Honestly, I don't know if I'll do the 22nd pick. I gotta see. Me and Key will be on at 8:00 Central Time for Excuse the Takeover. So Excuse the Takeover is going on today. We're just pushing it back a little bit because I got a meeting in a little bit. So my number 22 pick might end up being tomorrow. Because I won't be live this weekend because I'm going to Louisiana. So I'll be going this weekend. So y'all won't see me back again after tomorrow. So that's why I probably do hers tomorrow to give y'all something tomorrow. So that's what I'll do. I'll move the number 22 pick to tomorrow, just so I can give y'all some content for tomorrow, being that I'll be going all weekend. I'll be in Louisiana. I'm going home this weekend. So later today, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Excuse the Takeover with me and my homegirl Key. The thumbnail will be up in a little bit. As soon as I end this, I'll go get that thumbnail ready. So again, don't just click the bell for notifications. You got to click, once you see a thumbnail, you got to click notify me. That's literally YouTube notifying you of that video in the start time, because some of y'all do be coming up late. Some of y'all I be seeing in the chat. Some of y'all be saying, man, I didn't know you was live. Hit the notify when you see the thumbnail. Hit the notify me button on the thumbnail. That way you're just not depending on the bell notification. And when you do hit the bell notification, click all. You don't need to click personalize. I only do one type of video. So I literally just the only kind of videos I do. So click all. You don't need to click personalized. Just click all. You know, when you come here, you already know what you're coming here for. So just click all. Again, Tyler Marsh, if you're listening, go ahead on and implement that play I told you. And if you use it, just make sure you send me my residuals. You know, if that play is effective, just go ahead on and send me my residuals. I'll send you my bank account information. Go ahead on and send your boy his residuals, man. But again, appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. Appreciate all of y'all for always being entertaining. Man, y'all are amazing. Appreciate all my new subscribers. Appreciate everybody who be commenting after the videos. Also, if y'all haven't noticed, this is why I don't read comments during it, because it messes up. If I read comments, it takes away from me explaining the player. So I don't acknowledge comments, but I do see all y'all comments. I don't like to read the comments because I like to break down my video in shorts. And sometimes me responding to a comment ends up in one of my shorts. So I do see y'all comments. I do go back and read them after the video. So if there's an important comment that you want me to actually answer, write it after the video. Don't write it in the chat during the live video. Write it on the video once it drops. Then I'll be able to comment on your video once the video drops on my page. So if there's an important comment, drop it after the video drops. Don't ask it in here, because unless I'm doing like an open panel, and moving forward, I'll have open panel on my thumbnail title. So that way y'all know which ones are open panels and which ones are not. So that way, if it's an important one, you don't ask it in the chat, or you don't wait to come up, because those videos you won't come up. So moving forward, I'll have open panel on my thumbnail. But again, appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. I'm the Prince of Breakdowns, one of the best you ever heard, one of the best you ever seen. Man, y'all have a blessed day. And again, I'll see y'all later today, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, for Excuse the Takeover. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be cool.
iamzomedia, where the passion collide. Spotlight the hustle, bring the grind worldwide. From interviews to moves, the game's in my scope. Showcasing the greatness, inspiring hope. She cross up defender, step back, that's clean. Highlight moments, blowing up the whole scene. From buzzer beaters, the teamwork extreme. The beauty of the game, living out the dream. I break it all down, every pick, every roll. From the layups to the swishes, every hoop, every goal. Got the mic in my hand, got the stats in my soul. Women's basketball shining, that's the ultimate role. From legends of the past.